Yeah, the thing is with this now, I can't read to camera with this. A, because I have to look up and you're there because the camera's up there and you're there. And yeah,
Okay.
some of these guys are so fucking like good at it. It's just like because this was supposed to be an audio podcast. I'm kind of I want to read what I've written.
Well,
Can't
read it.
do it off the top of my head. I'm going to, but it's just I always have this moment where I start recording where it's just like cameras there, this here. Should
Oh,
I
well,
should
you
I
do
do
come from
this?
the theater. I mean, can't you just like have those be like kind of notes and like you just
What I could
glance
do, but for the
your
fact that
card?
I often write it mere moments before
Oh
I
God, that's
actually
really
start recording.
tiny.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I'm so unprofessional, darling, darling.
You could draw an
Surely you.
extra set of eyeballs right
I could
here.
do. I could do. I could
Move
do.
your glasses up your
Yeah,
head, and then when you're
yeah,
looking down,
yeah, yeah.
I'm not
I
helpful.
think in theatre terms, I should be off book by now. Do you know what off book means?
I do not.
It means you've learnt it. You don't need the script, so you don't have to have the book in your hand
Okay.
in theatre terms. So
You
I should
probably
be
should be.
off book. I probably should be off book, apart from the fact that, well, the first bit, hello, everybody. My name is Ian Taylor, and you're listening to the Marvel Card Collectors Podcast, your weekly digest of hobby goodness. This bit I've written for you, you see, so I have to go and read it. Should I be deemed to be gradable? Then, using the PSA new process, see their Instagram right now, I want this guest to make sure my order arrived, do any required prep, research me and ID me, grade me, assemble me, do some QA and complete me. If she happens to if she happens to throw in some authentication too, who am I to argue? Welcome to the podcast, my good friend Amanda Z, aka the Graded Gamer. I enjoyed that far too much.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That wasn't bad, was it? That wasn't bad, was
Mm-mm.
it? Yeah, I saw their latest Instagram video where some
That
bloke
it's
was
pretty
talking about their new
exciting.
process.
The update's pretty nice.
I didn't even know what the process was before, so all of that has actually educated me.
Well, so like real talk, I didn't watch the whole announcement either because I'm a busy lady. But the thing that I did catch that I like is
Huh.
previously when stuff comes back from PSA, you can either have it all shipped to your house, just come back
Mm,
to me. You can send it to the vault,
mm,
or you can send it to auction with Golden.
mm.
But it was like all or nothing. Like you have to do that with the whole order. But now you can go
Right.
through your order and you can pick like, okay, this card I want to send to Golden, this one comes home, this one vaults.
Okay.
So that's pretty, and I think the grades pop sooner. I think that's the
Yes, that's the other thing. So because they were leading with that golden thing, and I didn't understand the relevance of it, but that makes sense if it was only an order thing, and now you can do it card specific. That's quite a big deal. Um, yeah, I'm fascinated by the process, but like I don't. I think that's the first ever content of theirs I've read. Apart from the things where they do specials, submit now, and it's this amount of dollars. So,
yeah.
whereas I know your world is PSA. If I cut you, you bleed red, white, and black, or whatever the logos.
Yeah. Or is it
Yeah.
blue,
No,
red,
it's
and
not blue
yeah.
text, is it? No, hang on. Where is it?
I
No,
think
the
it's
text is
blue.
black. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Let's find one.
This is important hobby content right
This
here.
is important hobby content. Here we go. So yes, I guess they have blue in their. No, I was thinking more about the label
Oh, got
because it's
you. It's
got the
just
red
red, white.
border and
Yeah.
white and then black text. But yes, their logo is blue and
I do have someone that
red.
likes to troll me, not in a friendly way.
Oh,
Um, so he likes to constantly remind me that these labels look like old Circuit City price tags. And he's not entirely wrong. He's not entirely wrong.
I guess so. I mean, I don't get the reference. Is that an American store of some kind?
Yeah, I don't know
Right,
if Circuit City's around anymore, but they
right.
do a little bit look like.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever.
why don't you tell me? Listen, I mean, the reason people, it's weird. This not weird, I guess, but it's amazing how vigorously people defend the hills that they're on when it comes to their chosen grading companies. So I've I prefer PSA because I prefer the way it looks. I because I like the fact that the label doesn't take away from the card, whereas some of the other ones, the Beckett and the SGC especially, I find that that's so shouty, it's detracting from the actual important thing, which is this bit. So I actually want this to be quite plain. I don't
Have
want
you
it to distract
have you
my eye.
seen have you looked at the tag slabs from Tag? You might you
No.
might you might really like those.
Oh, okay. But I've
And
gone the PSA way.
look everyone, that's me referring
Yeah.
to a different company because it really is your preference.
but the thing is, I've gone the PSA way because the first one I got was from you. My first graded card was from
Was it
you, and of
was
course it
it
was PSA.
95?
It was the 95 Masterpieces Black Cap, yes, in
That's a beautiful
graded
card.
10. So thank you again for that. But um, no, I'm really enjoying putting together I mean, this one just happened to be graded because I'm going to be breaking this one out. I shouldn't tell you that because you'll
Oh,
probably
are
be
you really?
judging me harshly. Yeah,
So
well, because
so
the rest of
why?
the ones I've
Oh,
got
okay.
aren't graded. I only got this because this is the achievement. This Black
Right.
Panther, and it
Right.
was an achievement. And it's there aren't that many of them out there, and the ones that are go for kind of crazy money. Some fella listed this at buy now at $55.
I have been harassing someone
So,
at Upper Deck to just tell me. I know they 100% know how many of those there are,
well,
and
these,
all he'll say is that they're limited.
yeah, no, they are, they are. I mean, I think there's one or two on ePack, um, maybe two. I think when I looked, and I could see at the time I bought this, I could see two completed sales, and they were about 1,100, $1,200.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Well, isn't I think yeah.
I mean, that was a while back. I'm not sure if people are still spending that kind of money, but
I don't know.
basically, I mean, because they graded it and it came back an 8, I guess that they looked at it and probably
I mean,
thought, well, that's
those aren't like I've graded a couple of those, and those are not like condition sensitive as much so as some of the other PMGs
mm,
are. So,
they're not thick, are they? So
mm-mm,
that
no,
helps. I mean, they are stunning. The foiling on them is absolutely
they
stunning.
do. It is. They are really pretty cards.
I mean, I'm absolutely smitten with them, and I like the fact that the foiling, it's kind of similar to the medallions in a way. It's got that very subtle kind of pattern. You can't see it on my camera
Yeah,
at all, can you? Where is it? You can just about see it there.
I am
And
so.
behind it's like the Black Panther mask, but then there are different. That is a Guardians of the Galaxy set, and there's a Spider-Man one. And so the what's in the purple, the foiling
You
pattern
know
that
what?
you can
I
only
don't
see
know
in
if
the
I've
light
ever paid attention
changes.
to that.
It changes. So this one is kind of like his eyes and his mask. Um, but some of the others are
Oh,
just amazing. So yeah, I really like them, but I want I need BCW 35.1 touches for them. And you really can't.
I
35? I think it's 35.
have an affiliate code for that. Is that tacky to mention on a podcast?
No, not at all. Not at all. You can't. Well, the thing is, you can't get BCW stuff very easily in the UK.
I know someone that I can talk to about that.
Oh, oh, hello, sailor. I mean, I could order it on Amazon. Um, and it's shipped in by Amazon US, so I can do it that way. Um,
Let me
but
ask first, because I
yeah.
my friend is now the brand director. I don't know, something at BCW.
Oh wow, okay.
And so he has someone he's talking to in England about
Oh, they
this.
need to they need to get their stuff out because seriously, I mean, over here it's Ultra Pro because Ultra Pro has been, and I don't have an issue with Ultra Pro. It's just that the BCW have just a tiny bit more wiggle room, and some of these cards are a bit well, some of them are a bit overcut, I think is the expression.
Yeah.
So especially for the Black Diamond exquisite cards, I've got to go BCW 130 point on those
And
because I
apparently those,
know that some of them won't fit in Ultra Pro 130, and I
yeah,
need them in my head. I need them to all be the same.
right. That makes sense. That makes sense. Like I'm not even annoyed that you're gonna crack that out. Although, have you ever cracked out a card before?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
I cracked out a sketch that I bought graded, and I did that a couple of years ago, and it was in what was it? Was it HGA, something like that? I can't remember now. But I was just like, eh. Um, I don't need
I've
it graded,
I've
so I
even
cracked it out.
started I've even started putting stuff in one touches, which I never used to do. It's which is entirely Eugene's fault.
Mm,
Ever since we set up at this last national together or displayed together, and he had all his stuff laid out really nice.
mm.
Like, God damn it. Oops,
They
sorry.
are, they are. very, very satisfying. I mean, I'll show you my where's my black diamond drawer? Here it is. Oh, and there's my black diamonds, just all
Oh,
nicely laid
okay.
out. And these are the reds. No, they're not. They're the base, regular base. But they are just
Yeah, they look really nice.
lovely. They're really nice. Sorry, my camera's really shit. Um, and it doesn't help the light in here. Let me just turn the overhead light off and see if it makes it any. See, it's just about light enough now because I'm up at stupid o'clock. We started talking at 6 a.m.
Oh, that's right.
and your evening in California time. So there we go. You can see it a bit better now. This is not glary. And they just look really nice.
Yeah, they really do.
And these ultra drawers just really work for one touches. They're perfect for them. So yeah, I'm losing my tangential stuff in my head because I can't remember what we were talking about before that. I think we might have just started the podcast. So hello, welcome. Welcome everybody. Right. Before we finish this today, I'm going to say this now because it occurs to me I haven't got an intro for you recorded to go at the beginning of one of these episodes. Now, I think I know the reason why is when you first came onto this podcast in a previous life, um, I think you were quite shy, quite
I have I
quiet.
have become emboldened
And you
over
are
the past few
now
years.
a shining Valkyrie sitting astride the hobby, is the way I think of you. Um, so you've been, and this is going to sound really off, but you've been getting busy with it, as in you're on Whatnot, you're at shows, you're doing Instagram content, you're opening boxes. So what's what's changed over the last few years? Why have you kind of suddenly started stepping out as a debutante?
You know what? I don't know if there was a triggering incident. I'm trying to think of when. Oh, you know what? Actually, so I kind of fell in with a group on Clubhouse that's
Oh, is that still a thing?
it is still a thing.
Okay.
Not so much on the Marvel side.
Hmm.
This is more the sports side, but they have
Mhm.
welcomed me in as one of their own. And like, so Tim on there, he would go live and he would just be like, come on, come live with me. Like, not thinking about it, no prep,
Yeah,
no nothing, just come, just sit on camera.
just do it.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
so, like, that finally got me to like, all right, this isn't terrible. I'm not, no one's giving me a hard time. No one's
Yeah,
like, you don't know what you're talking about.
yeah.
So then gradually I became emboldened. And then now
In,
I'm probably
in my
live too much.
in my head, it's like My Fair Lady. It's like she's out in society. The
I am
evolution
out
of
in
Ms. Z.
society.
Hmm.
And there's so many shows now too. Now that I've started going
You
to,
have. So where were you last weekend? You're fairly local for you last weekend, weren't you?
so last weekend was the Burbank Sports Card Show,
Okay.
which actually takes place in Anaheim, not to be completely confusing because Burbank is a whole different city.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So the Burbank show, I think, is no longer in Burbank. It's Anaheim. And then I think next time it's going to be in Ontario, which is also a different city.
But it's still going to be called the Burbank Show.
It's still going to be the Burbank Card Show,
You
but
couldn't
it'll be
get
in
further away than
Ontario.
Ontario, could you? I guess. But still.
So,
Wow.
yeah, so I was there last weekend. I only went like a day and a half. Um, I met Corey from group.
Okay.
I met Corey there. I don't know if there was anyone else from group there. I just kind of did like a quick.
No, I saw him posting because he had loads of high end stuff for
Yeah, he had
sale,
a really
and he
nice
posted his
case.
picture. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that was
Okay.
fun.
So when you travel to these shows, it must be quite, are you traveling to like sell stuff and display, or are you traveling to just meet and hang out with people, or is it a mixture of both? So I
It
imagine traveling with all your stuff must be quite a lot.
so it depends on the show. Like I don't actually enjoy setting up. I've realized like I
Hmm.
don't it's a lot of work. At least
Mm.
for me it feels like a lot of work. I'm sure
Yeah,
these
yeah,
guys that do it all the time are like, "Whoa, it's super easy."
yeah.
Um So when I San Diego Comic Con, I did not set up. I just went to meet up with Keith Boyle was there,
Right.
chit chat with some of the guys at Upper Deck. Just did a real quick lap. It was really hot. Boy, I just fold so quickly when it's hot. Like I'm just done. So then after that was the National with Eugene.
Mhm.
Um, we did the Upper Deck panel, which was a lot of fun. I did not set up at that one to sell. I took stuff. Upper Deck asked us to bring some EPAC exclusives, specifically like things
Mm.
that were like EPAC exclusive, which is pretty much like my favorite thing to
That's
collect
your
right
jam, isn't it? Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that as we talked about the national because that's what we were going to kind of get to. You because you've been to the national before, haven't you?
Yeah.
How many years is that now?
So
Is your
this was
third?
so it's my third, but my first one was like 100 years ago.
Okay,
So really it's like my second.
okay,
So I went to Atlantic City and then I went to this
right,
one.
okay.
Yeah.
Um, I've never been. I thought I might be able to go to this one, but it didn't happen. Um, and it would have been absolutely cool to go because I know Greg from Rebel Base Card was there because he's in Chicago,
Oh,
so
okay.
it's kind of local to him, and I think it's been in Chicago a few times over the last few
Okay.
years.
So I think next year it's Cleveland and then it comes back to Chicago.
Yeah, Cleveland, Cleveland. Where's Cle? It's Ohio, isn't it?
It's in Ohio. I'm
Right. Okay.
really not excited about that one.
Really?
Yeah.
What's in Cleveland? So I know Chicago. You know, Chicago's a pretty big deal. I mean, I know if
Yeah.
I ever get packages sent by the USPS and it goes via Chicago, I can kiss goodbye to it for 3 weeks because it just goes around and around in the system. You can see on the tracking. It's still in Chicago. Yeah, still in Chicago. Okay, right, go back to sleep. Um, Atlantic City. I guess everyone, you know, it's kind of like Vegas on the East Coast, isn't it?
I loved it.
Really?
Yeah. But
You-
I love a casino though. So
Oh, really? Okay.
it was like both my worlds coming together for just it was like cards and cards.
Cards and cards. Were you out there? Were you out there like 2 in the morning with a massive, great cocktail in one hand and like poker chips in the other?
In fact, there were 2 days I didn't even go to the show. I just stayed at the casino.
Wow.
Well, because it was,
Wow.
I mean, not gambling the whole time, but it was
Okay.
just like, I had a beautiful room. It was quiet.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I've been to Vegas once. Um, and that was for a work related thing. It was for Billy Elliot the musical, 10th year, and we were all put up in
Uh-huh.
Caesars. It was brilliant. But the best bit of that trip for me was the brief moment on Saturday when I was alone in my room with a stupid hangover and the jacuzzi bath and
Oh,
just
see, there
like
you
chilling
go.
in the room.
Yeah.
Well, I needed to because I had to sweat out like half a ton of alcohol from the night before. There are photos of me in Caesars from that Friday evening because we'd flown in that Friday. So it was like body clock wise, it was a crazy time of the day to start drinking. There are photos of me. I don't remember being taken.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, that's not, I mean, that's never a good thing.
Oof.
It's like, and then I had to, I can't believe I'm telling this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I'm going to tell everyone else this as well. Um, because I was there with the marketing agency that were hosting this trip of like 40 or 50 ticket agents from the West End. I had to be up at stupid o'clock in the morning, like 6 a.m. I think it might have actually been 5:45 with other people to get on this minibus that was taking us to a small airport just outside of Vegas to go on a plane trip over the Grand Canyon. Okay. And I have maybe had 3 hours sleep. Okay. I get down to this thing. I'm on this like minibus to this thing, and I'm having to do the breathing thing where you stop being travel sick because I'm feeling like I'm going to vomit on
Oh
the
my
thing.
God.
And and all these guys who know me from like the industry are turning around to look at me and said, "You're not looking too good, bro." They didn't say the word bro, but it's just I'm trying to
Yeah.
relate to the audience here.
Yeah. Did you guys say
And
bruv?
yeah, you got to say bro apparently. I can't stand. And then we get there, and it's this tiny little airport, and this like a concession of some kind has just opened, and it makes the most hideous, greasy breakfast thing, and I
Oh,
just have
perfect.
that and half a pint of the worst coffee I've ever had, and it completely sorts me out because I'm about to go on a small plane ride over the Grand Canyon for 90 minutes. And the last thing I want to do is vomit in one of those because we're all very close to each other. Um, so I'm on this plane. I'm feeling a lot better now and a lot more settled. And the guy in front of me turns around and goes, "You fucking stink of alcohol." And I was making him feel sick. But the thing is, because it was so early, I was back in my room at like 8:30 in the morning. And I was like, brilliant. So the next scheduled thing is not until the evening because we're going to see Elton John at Caesars and have a drinks reception before and after with him.
Oh
So
wow.
that's what this thing was. Because he co-wrote Billy Elliot the musical. So that's why we went there for the 10th birthday. So I'm like, I've got the day free. Brilliant. So room service, jacuzzi in the room. Brilliant.
Well,
Love it.
there's a
So
lot to be said for a nice quiet hotel room.
there is a lot to be said for a nice quiet hotel room. Not so much in the UK where they're tiny little things, but in America, I've been on trips to New York where I've been, on someone else's dime and I've gone into the room and it's got two king size beds in. And
Yeah.
I could literally do laps around the room for exercise. It's such a big room. And this is in New York. So, goodness knows how much the rooms cost. I mean, it was the
Yeah,
Marriott
that's probably
rooms.
expensive.
So yeah, but anyway, so you went to Atlantic City. God, that was the story. You went to Atlantic City. Was that your first time meeting Eugene
Yes,
at National? Because I know he displayed at that one, didn't he?
we did. Um, I think that was my first time meeting Eugene. Um, I met both the Keats, I think, for the first time at that.
Keith Boyle and Keith Speroni. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Bezzosi, I met at that one.
Watch me open.
Um, who else? It was a very long time ago now. But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
It was 15 months ago, if I remember correctly. 14 months ago. So yeah,
Yeah, so
we've all
that
been
one,
to sleep since then.
yeah, I did not set up at that. I set up at there was a show in Las Vegas called The Mint Collective. I
Oh,
did set up at
I
that.
saw you posting images of that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was my first, this is just my table sort of gig. That was a lot of
Right.
fun. Um, yeah, that one was really busy. And then after that, I went to the Toronto show. The Toronto show's coming up again in November, so I'll be setting up at that.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I love that show. I
But
think that might be my favorite.
but that's quite a schlep, that one, because that's literally the opposite end of the country for you, plus
Yeah,
a different country, so other end of the continent.
yeah.
So, I'm just fascinated by this, and apologies if this is probably quite mundane for you, but I'm just fascinated by how you choose what you're going to take and how much you can actually take. 'Cause it's just you, isn't it? And you've got to get it on a plane, and you've got to get it there, and all this sort of stuff. So, how many bags can you take? I mean, do you check it? Do you take it into the cabin? I mean,
Well, so you can take two bags pretty easily.
okay,
And I did. I just I just prayed over it and checked them. But I
okay.
think I think this time I might do. I didn't take a whole lot last time because I was kind of stepping in to share a table with somebody
Hmm.
for like I had two friends that were going to have a table. One of them couldn't make it, so I just kind of
Mm.
stepped in. And the friend that I share a table with there, he's actually he's on Instagram, Show Your Slabs. He does these amazing displays.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
He does these fantastic acrylic displays. So all I'm doing at that show is really filling his displays.
Right. Okay.
So I didn't take a whole lot. And so I think I'll be doing the same thing this time.
I'm gonna find his feed actually because I could probably use some of those
He
because
does
I've got all this
it
stuff.
the stuff he does is gorgeous. He did for the national I don't know if you saw any of the videos, but Golden Auctions had this huge acrylic archway with like PMGs like up the side and
Oh
ornaments
wow. Okay.
and he did all that work. So he does really
Wow.
amazing
Just looking
stuff.
at him on Instagram now. I'm just gonna. You know what? I'm gonna share the screen so that folks who are watching on YouTube stuff can actually see it. Let me click the right button. There we go. Here we go. What's this all about? What's this all about at the top of his feed? That's
Oh
hilarious.
God. God only knows. These guys are hilarious.
Look at this.
Yeah, so stores
Wow. Hang on a
like
minute.
flying him in.
So hang on. This is a. I'm sorry. This is slightly blowing my mind. I love this concept. Like the thing at the top. That's cool. So the whole thing looks like a slab.
And it's really cool because they like he's got like an adhesive on the back, but they come out like I could take this and lay this flat on a table at a show, and people can't like just come by and snatch them.
So how do they? So it's an adhesive, but it clearly doesn't stick like adhere to the.
He has like a little, it's almost like a little tiny suction cup that you just come and
Oh
like
wow.
whoop, they pop right
Okay.
out. But he also makes these for top loaders, for top loaded cards.
Oh,
And that is just the friction, is just holding them in there.
this is just. I really like this.
So
I really like it.
I think I'm gonna have him build one of those for me for
Right.
for the 50 card medallion set.
He needs more static pictures of stuff on here. I need to see more of the product. Um, rather than yeah, right, okay, here we go. Look at this. Okay, that's cool.
Okay, so this was at the Mint. Yeah, this was as he
Okay,
was setting up.
that's
And so
nice.
he also, oh, he does the slab chains. Um,
Oh, where you wear them around your neck.
yeah, but he also is doing acrylics. Let's see. I don't know if you can
Where's he
see
going now with his
here.
camera? Go back to your product, mate. I don't want to see that. There we go.
I
Lovely.
know. This was during setup.
Yeah. Okay. Let's bounce off that. There's some good.
He's,
You see, I
he's
like
doing,
this. This is smaller. This
yeah.
is nice. Oh, okay. Oh, you could do a nice 9 card.
Yeah, he can customize anything. He can
Hello,
even
soldier.
he's really easy to, of course, he made me one for the Pogs, and PSA changed the Pog holders. So now I
Oh,
have to.
really? Oh,
Mhm.
okay. This is cool. I like this. All right, that's right. Okay, this is giving me. I'm hoping that other people watching, and if you're listening, tough, get onto YouTube. But if or go to his feed. This 9 card one has just blown my mind. I feel like there's a moment before I knew this existed, and there's now. Um,
And they don't have to be graded. He can do them for ungraded too.
no, no, no. But this is the thing. I would want this for yeah, because I'd want to interchange that, and I like the fact that it looks like a whole thing. And it's got that there. I mean, maybe the spacing could be a little bit. I don't know. I
Yeah,
like it. I really like it. I really like that a lot. You can see some thing. I'm being hypercritical now. You can see finger marks on the acrylic up there, and
yeah,
that's putting me off a little bit. Polish it up. Polish it up. Um,
yeah.
wow.
So this is what I do. Like I'll just bring my cards and fill up these for him
Right.
at the
Okay.
show.
This is
But
cool.
I'm gonna have one of those made for the medallion set for sure.
Wow. Okay. Let's look at this. That's nice. I like it. I like it. So I could have like a Mr. Felicia Hardy or at the MCC pod kind of
Mhm.
top bit.
Yeah.
That's cool. I want one of those. Right, afterwards, I need you to hook me up with this fella. Um,
I think I think he did although the Pog one is like obsolete now.
look at that. It's
Yeah.
freestanding. It's a freestanding display. So it's
Yeah,
not
these
wall mounted. Look at this.
yeah,
It's
these
on a
stores
stand.
are letting him come in and kind of do his thing, and he's coming up with all the stuff.
I love the fact that's freestanding. Is it on wheels? It is on wheels. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. For the rest of the podcast, just listen to Ian watch this. Oh, look at this. So this is is this the chain thing?
Yeah, this is the chain.
Ah, that's so absolutely ostentatiously disgusting. I love it.
And that's me screaming at them in the
Oh, yeah.
comments.
Was that you? Was that you getting to is that you like hooking up with them for the first time? Scream at them on Instagram and they'll let you set up
Yeah.
their displays at
Yeah.
shows.
I screamed at them enough, and now they invite me to shows to set up
Oh,
with
that's
them.
hilarious. That's hilarious. So were they at the Mint? So they are they at Toronto as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So
Cool.
they'll for sure they'll be in Toronto. So he's actually really nice. I need like 3 displays, I think. And so I'll pay him for the displays. He'll bring them to Toronto.
Gotcha.
I'll display in them, and then he's gonna
Gotcha.
bring them back because he can drive.
Ah,
So that way I don't have to do anything on the plane, and then
yeah,
he'll
yeah,
just flip them to me afterwards.
yeah. Okay, that is cool. I guess you could actually. I quite like that because I guess you could put stuff in them and carry them in a fairly flat, almost like a portfolio case, couldn't you?
Yeah.
That'd be a nice way of doing it. So my brain's going all over the place now with how the potential is of traveling and doing this. Because we don't you know there's nowhere really in the UK. I mean, I guess there are shows, there are Comic Cons and things like that, but I don't think I'd ever want to go in there and just show stuff. It doesn't really work like that over here. There are card shows. There's quite a big sports card scene coming up over here now, especially with
I'm
NFL
telling
stuff.
you, if you
NFL stuff over here
set up
is
at a sports card show, I killed it at
mm,
the Mint.
there are quite a lot of um, UK based NFL small businesses now focusing on NFL cards. So that scene has really taken off over the
Oh, that's
past few
interesting.
years. Um, there's quite a big group on Facebook um, that NFL UK card traders, I think, and a lot of the guys on that. So there's basically this, and this is where going back to the conversation about Ultra and BCW. If I Google for like one touches in the UK, the sites that come up are things like stateside collectibles, third down. I think they're called third down something, and they're the guys I've recently been finding the best prices on some of the Ultra Pro stuff because it's those guys and all the Pokemon folks.
Oh, okay.
And you can get Ultra Pro stuff like I mean I've been buying my 35 point Ultra Pro through a company called Appler Cards, and they just focus on stuff for Pokemon collectors. So it's great. I can just buy a
Yeah.
load and they're here the next day. But yeah, very few of them stock any BCW. Or if you go onto their
Oh,
website, BCW is there, but it's sold out. It's just
yeah.
get some more in.
Yeah.
Weirdly, I
Hopefully
can order
soon.
loads from Germany, and Germany seem to have a different version of BCW stuff.
Oh, that's
You
interesting.
often see listings, BCW German version. I've no idea what's different.
Oh, huh. I might ask.
Yeah,
That's
I've no
interesting.
idea. I mean, maybe it's made in Europe. Maybe they have a UK, European
Hmm,
like manufacturing hub. I don't know. But who knew that there is actually, I think, quite a big card scene in Germany.
that's interesting.
I don't think it's Marvel cards. I think it's more sports. But yeah.
But you should, if you're tempted, you should just set up at a show. Even if you don't sell anything, if like when I set up at the Toronto show, there's not, it's a lot of hockey.
Mm,
It's a lot of, although I was surprised at the amount of non-sport. There's like a lot of like 90s, I don't know, you want to call it junk wax on the sports side. But
mm,
it's the kind of stuff I love,
yeah.
like the Bernie Wrightson sets, like the fantasy art sets. There was a lot of Rittenhouse, not sealed, but there were a lot of Rittenhouse sets there. Um, but it's kind of more fun if you set when you set up
Mm,
at the sports shows when someone who is into non-sport finds you, you end
yeah.
up having like these great conversations because they're not
Yeah.
expecting to see
Yeah. I
anyone there with
imagine.
that.
I imagine. Um, so let's talk about the junk wax because it's actually the kind of the focus, I guess, or the counterpoint rather to your recent national experience. So I'm I'm like you. I go after a lot of those, not as many as you do, but a lot of those 90s sets that are just kind of forgotten because every artist in the fantasy art space had their own set,
Oh, FPG gave
multiples
it to
of.
like everybody.
Yeah. So in the UK, you constantly, I could fill this room 3 times over with binders from artists from the 90s
Oh
and their
yeah.
sets
Oh,
really,
absolutely.
really affordably if I went onto eBay UK because they just, you throw a rock and you hit them. So
Yeah.
Louis Royo sets and,
Yeah, I
Chris,
think
I've got
I've
quite a
still
lot
got
of
I've got Wrightson back here. I've got a
them.
box of Steranko I haven't opened yet. Chris Achilleos somewhere, like
That's
all
it.
the
Yeah.
yeah.
So my kind of the way I get round diving into a lot of those sets is I just have I keep acquiring bundles of sell sheets and uncut sheets in those promo sheets that the 90s did.
Yeah.
And if I've got those, it's kind of like I need to get a proper I need to get a proper display book to put them all in, because just having that little element of it, it's like okay, I've scratched that itch. I've got
Yeah.
something from at of that set. And that's kind of the way I get around the urge to actually go in deeper. But you go deeper. I mean, you've got boxes behind you, and you break them open, do you? So is that to collect or to grade and sell, or mixture of both?
It's a mixture of both.
Right. Okay.
So I initially at some point during COVID, I became a sealed collector. So I have a lot of stuff I'm keeping sealed.
Right.
But then slowly now I'm starting to get back into like, okay, I actually need to grade some of this stuff.
Mm.
So I did just open like Marvel related. I've opened some of my older boxes that are not like the hip thing right now.
Hmm.
I opened I cracked a box of webs. So
Um,
just like a lot of the older comic images
yeah, yeah,
sets.
yeah.
And then I cracked open the Ghost Rider set.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, yeah. That's the first Ghost Rider set. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Mm.
I didn't want to, but I did. I opened the Mike Zeck box that I have.
Oh.
So I'm still going through those right now. I still have from Comic Images, I have an Art Adams box,
Mm-hmm.
an Excalibur box. I haven't opened all of them.
Mm.
I'm trying to pace myself because I don't know if I want to open those because those are going to be a pain in the butt to find sealed again. But at the same time, the boxes are like they're like not for any, just in case anyone hasn't seen one, they're not like really fancy.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like keeping them sealed is kind of like, they stay
Mm.
dusty and
Mm.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Because who's the Mike Zeck? Stephen Smith.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a big Mike Zeck guy.
Yeah. Love big cat.
Um, but no, actually, if you end up with a spare set on the webs, I might be
Oh,
interested.
okay. I'm sure I
Um,
will. I think there's
because
like
that's
only
the
one, there's just
of
like one cat card, I think, in this set so far,
yeah,
too.
I think I've got that. Pretty sure I've got that.
You
In
have to.
fact, I
There's
have
only,
got
I
it.
think it's just the
Yeah, I
one.
have got it. Yeah, I just can't picture it in my head
It's
right
like
now.
just her face. It's like a
Yeah,
profile.
that's it. Yeah, I have got it. Yeah, yeah, I have got that. But no, in my very limited number of sets that I go after now, some Spidey sets I'm
Okay.
missing.
Yeah, I mean, this is like a
I think
50
that's one of
card
them.
set too, so
Mm.
that's not very painful.
Yeah, yeah. No, I just want to have some of those older Spidey sets. I mean, I still haven't finished the Ultra Spider-Man 95. I say still haven't finished. I haven't done anything whatsoever in the past 3 years to add to that collection at all.
I
So I actually just need to get off my ass and do it.
I
Uh,
posted something on Facebook today about, oh, just chipping away at my 2015 Fleer Retro 93 insert set. And Keith was like, oh, which ones do you still need? And I was like, thinking to myself, oh, all the rest of them.
basically,
Chipping away at a set I
yeah.
haven't started yet.
These are the ones I own. All the rest of them I haven't got them. Well, I'm currently like that. When I did my first trade post for Marvel Masterpieces 90, not 92, 2022. Um, I was like base cards all except these numbers, and I just listed
Yeah.
11 cards. It's just easier than just doing all these numbers and things. Now I'm in
There's
a
just so
position
many
where,
of these
yeah.
sets that like I just never prioritized, like because they were just sitting around for the longest time.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I'm trying, like, I'm so unorganized. Like displaying with Eugene at that show really like kind of kicked my ass as far as like
Mm,
he's so organized. Oh my God. And my stuff, I'm like a nightmare. I'm so
yeah,
unorganized.
yeah.
So I'm buying these now. I'm putting my sets in these clear.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure they're for Magic the Gathering. I don't care.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'm trying to get organized. And then I realized, like, look at these are, I didn't
Wow,
realize these are plates. I didn't realize I had this many plates.
wow.
What am I doing?
I mean, you're.
I
So
do
it's
love plates
interesting. So th
though.
this counterpoint with Eugene is Eugene and Eugene's coming on probably next week actually. And I know you at the National together, so there's a kind of a counterpoint in how you approach things, and you just kind of summed it up. Eugene is uber focused,
Yeah.
bangers, a lot of them,
Yeah. We are in
and
both ends of the spectrum.
he curates like there's no tomorrow. Yeah. And professional photography to do with cards and all that, which is fucking brilliant. You're the other end of the spectrum, as in
Yeah.
you
Like,
go for
I
the
mean, you
junk
see
wax,
this
you
mess
have your
back
piles. Yeah, I
here.
mean,
There's stacks of
look,
cards.
I'm surrounded by them. There's my masterpieces. It's always just off cap. I can't
Yeah.
believe
Oh
I've got
yeah. Like,
stacks here. Like
oh,
I got a bid. I won a bid for just loads of
if
non-sports promos,
if
and
if
that's
I
just one of the three stacks.
oh yeah. Yeah. Like
I've
I'm
got
like
tons.
this right here. This is a
Yeah,
stack of like I don't even know what. I've got these 4 row boxes here.
yeah.
I have like 15 of them just in this
I need to get
room.
more of those. But the thing is, I love buying promo lots for non-sports cards. I just love them, and I've got a binder over there where I gradually fill them up. But
That's so funny.
I just really like it, and I've got another lot coming in that I just want. I think it's due to arrive today from the same seller of like uncut sheets from the
Oh, that's
90s.
cool.
And you just see a few photos and it's a stack of them. It's just like I kind of know what's coming, but I don't until I get there. And it's just like I
Yeah.
know there's going to be something in there. So I know I'm going to have duplicate Star Wars Galaxy ones because I saw at least three in the thing. I know I'm going to have one of those X-Men congratulations X-Men 1 blue cards with a
Oh, okay.
hologram in the
That's
middle.
cool. Yeah.
So and I know that there's some Fleer Ultra Spider-Man uncut sheets in there as well. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
brilliant. Because the thing is, if I get duplicates of them, then they're quite nice to gift or trade with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really cool,
Yeah.
satisfying things. Um,
Yeah. That was my joke though at the panel was that I called us bangers and base cards.
that's right. Yeah. Um, so so talk to me about this panel because for those who didn't see it, because it was briefly on
Briefly, Eugene had the
Instagram.
only video and it doesn't fit his.
It doesn't fit what he wants his feed to be, which is
Yes.
fine. Now, I rather naughtily ripped the video from
Oh,
Instagram
did
because
you really?
well, no, because I knew that he would likely take it down,
Yeah.
and I wanted to be able to watch it. And also, what I don't like about Instagram is that you don't have like it's not very good for video watching in that you, depending on the device, you can sometimes pause it. Sometimes you
Oh,
can't.
yeah.
Sometimes when you press on it, it mutes it rather than pauses it. And you also
Yes.
can't see a time of how long it is. So you
You
can't
can't,
fast forward
yeah,
and do all
you
that.
can't scroll it.
So I ripped. So I do actually have it as an MP4. I'm not going to put it out there because it's his video,
Oh,
but I
send it
do
to me.
actually have it. Yeah, well, you I'm sure it'll be fine because well, you're in it. So at the very least, yeah, I'll put it on Google Drive and send you the link.
Okay.
Um, but it was fab because so Upper Deck were doing a number of panels at the National this year. Um, and yours was about kind of focusing on EPAC achievements, and that's what
Hmm.
they specifically asked you to bring.
Yeah.
So, what stuff were you taking?
So I took a lot of the anyone who watches any of my lives or my whatnot knows that I am slightly obsessed with the I'm getting like a spinning wheel here. I don't know why. Everything
Oh,
else seems okay.
yeah, it looks fun.
Um, with the 2018 color wheels, I love the color wheel achievements.
So, this is
Not the
Marvel Annual.
Marvel Annual,
Hmm.
not so much the current ones like the fractals and like the 2020 ones, they like really dropped off. So
Yeah,
like
2018-19 is where that
2017,
peaked. Mm.
2018, beautiful cards.
Mm.
So I brought those. I brought a bunch of cards from the 2016 Captain America set that was EPAC only.
75th anniversary one, yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
To me, that's like the pinnacle EPAC set. Like they've never topped
Oh,
that.
it's one of the
And
first, I
it's
think, isn't it? Yeah.
it's the first. It's
Mm.
gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Um, God, what else did I bring? It was a lot of those.
Didn't you have some Marvel Weekly?
Oh yes. Oh God, I love Weekly. I did. I brought a lot of Weekly. I brought Fleer Ultra Spider-Man patterned.
Nice.
Brought some of the patterns. They're not PMGs, but
No, they're metal patterned. Yeah.
yes. But those are beautiful. And it was interesting how many people had never seen the cards in person. I think there
Mm.
was some that Eugene hadn't seen. I don't know if it was the color wheels. There was something that he hadn't seen. Might have
Yeah.
been the Captain America cards.
The Captain America cards are gorgeous.
Yeah, they
Are
really are.
gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've only got a few of them because Pankit gifted me a couple of different versions of the same card. And
Yeah.
I think I've got the free EPAC achievements that came out. So I've got those free. Um,
Yeah.
although one of them Pankit fails to recognize as a Captain America card because it's got Falcon on
A
it.
Falcon on it. So that means it's either Falcon or Captain Smiling.
Cap smiling. Isn't it weird? I mean, I talk about this a lot, is like how weird people have their kind of boundaries and things. In fact, here are those Captain America cards. Um, is that, obviously for me with Black Cat, she's got to have eyes. So that's
Yeah.
that's the one that's the one
Okay. Yeah.
that's I mean, this is pretty good. This is in the era where the achievements were not so much in this set, but some of them were literally 0, 0, 0, and 0, 0, 0.
Yeah.
I think the ones in Fleer Ultra X-Men were like that. Um, but the foiling on these is so nice. Let me just
They're beautiful cards.
I mean, it's not going to come up very well, but it's
Yeah, it's
so
gonna be hard to
nice.
see, but they really look
It's
nice.
really nice.
And
And they're
every
cool,
yeah.
but the
And then so
colors.
I brought some of the blues and I have
Hmm.
permission. I Pancake doesn't need any of the blues that I have. We've already touched base on that.
I need to get these
Um,
top
but
loaded.
Eugene had, I'm trying not to sneeze, I'm sorry. And of course Eugene had what Eugene has. It's like you need a hazmat suit, like it's all radioactive
Honestly, it's like
borders
you
and
have to wear those white cotton gloves that people wear. I think
so I think I've showed you the video. That was like my favorite thing was of course I'm like sleeping in because I'm not setting up. So I can just get there when I get there.
you just enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I roll up to upper deck. I say, "Hey, I'm here to set up my cards." They give me the keys to the case. I get in there. So Eugene has his stuff. Like anyone who knows Eugene, he's like, "Duh, duh, 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 duh." His stuff is all beautiful. So, so, so I moved one of his cards like this.
Uh,
I didn't say anything, and like casually later that day, he's like, "Hey, did you move one of my cards?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about." So
that's
then
hilarious.
the next day, like I mega moved one of the cards and I videoed myself doing it. And it was really satisfying.
That's funny. You know, in like those Downton Abbey kind of things, where they're there literally with a tape measure doing the distance that the cutlery's got to be. It's kind of like that, is how I imagine
Yeah,
it.
but he's just like doing it. It's like perfect, like just off the top of his head. And it was
Wow.
like he had the full set of Spider-Man metal greens.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are the PMGs?
And I was like, no, the combined for on EPAC,
Oh, right. Okay.
like the final
Yeah, yeah. So that was 100 of each.
ridiculous. And I'm there with my color wheels, like, look, I had to get 10 of
Yeah,
these
okay.
cards. Woo!
Wow, I didn't realize he had the full set because there's 200 of those.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. That's quite a lot. I mean, I'll have this conversation with him. It's like, how did you get them all there? Because I can't
I
imagine they're just
know.
top loaded.
Maybe we should like blip that part out so I'm not.
Well, no, no, it's fine. It's fine. There's room to repeat stuff. God knows I repeat most things. Um,
Now I feel like I have to look and make sure they were green. I'm sure they were though.
they were probably were. I did start on that set, Spidey Metal. I'm gonna bounce with what I managed to collect of it because it's just I'm looking at it. I'm like, eh, it's not. It's okay. It's not brilliant.
I still, that's something I still have a sealed box of. I don't know.
What Spidey Metal Universe?
Yeah,
Well, I guess it depends what you want from it. If you were to open it, what would you want from it?
that's the thing. Like, that's not, sometimes I burn out on sets,
Hmm.
just by like how much of it I see.
Yes. Yeah. No, I've been the same. A Fleer Ultra. It's weird this year. There's been so much stuff coming out that I've just been like, there's a few sets where I'm like, okay, there's elements of this I'm going to collect. But with Fleer Ultra Avengers, not dissing the set at all, but there's just nothing there that I'd want to collect. I went in and started to collect a few elements of it, and then I was like, I'm just collecting this for the sake of collecting it, not
Yeah,
because I'm actually in love with it.
I think I'm gonna chase the medallions.
Mm. What
Yeah, it's the
is
green
there
set.
is there a particular color medallion you're going to go for from because
I
you're
really
into the
like,
medallions at the moment, aren't you?
yeah, I really like the platinum.
Well, if you want some base ones from Fleer Ultra Avengers, I've got the chunk here. You're more than welcome to have. After because I've hooked Donnie up with for the ones he needs for his set, and then I think I've got about a dozen left over. Um,
I just love the
but
platinum, that
mm,
finish.
yeah, I haven't had one in hand, and that's the thing. I probably would go for them if my box had yielded something other than amethyst as a parallel because it's just not singing to me at all.
Oh, really?
I thought it was. I didn't.
I have some here somewhere.
I just
See,
thought it was a bit flat. I like the
I think
color, but the finish, I just didn't vibe with it.
if I was Eugene, I would be able to just be like,
Yeah,
oh, it's the second pile, third one down.
yeah. Well, he wouldn't have piles.
That this is true.
He'd
This is
have
true.
he'd have he'd have some kind of he'd type in a code and a robot arm would go and lift it from a cryogenically frozen vault and then deliver it to you like some sort of trading card vending machine. Um, trading card
I,
vending
I'm
machine. They're
I'm
the
so
thing.
bad though. Like I've branched out into the hockey medallions, like I was showing you earlier.
Yeah, yeah, you
So
have.
they have the same. Let me
Hmm.
see if I can catch that same finish. They have the finish and some of the etching, like you were talking about on the
Oh,
Volcano
that's nice.
bracelet.
Oh, that's different. It's kind of
So
like a radiant thing going out, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah, they're really pretty, and they're
Yeah.
thin standard cardstock, I
Yeah.
guess.
Whereas the ones from What If, they've just got that flat speckleness around the
Yeah,
circle. And I think it's that I'm
although I
having an
like
issue with.
them.
Yeah, I like it, but it's not quite shiny enough. It's like almost shiny. Almost shiny is the way I describe that. I kind of need to be able to potentially do my makeup in it.
You got to
You
be able
know,
to apply lipstick.
I need to be able to sort out my
Ah,
lipstick. Yeah, and I can't do it in those because
what
it's
is
just
it
like,
about okay, there we go.
yeah, your
My
focus keeps going off.
my camera doesn't like
Doesn't
the
like the
flashes.
medallions.
Mm-mm.
Um, so you had all these EPAC achievements that people have never seen, and I'm slightly envious of that because I went in hard for that first Marvel Weekly, and I've never and I burned out on it.
Oh,
That's
you
it.
did?
That's it. Yeah, that's it for me and weekly products now. As a buyer, I can't do that again. I'm just like I haven't got enough lives left in this cat to be able to do that again. I swear to you, a cat's got 9 lives. 7 of them were used up with
That
the process of buying Marvel Weekly the first.
that's why when people complain about Unbound, when they were complaining about like that Spider-Man week, I was
Oh,
like,
you've got
where
it
were you
good.
guys?
You've got
Where
it
were you
good.
guys for
Yeah,
weekly?
yeah. It's like,
Weekly, not only did you have to be there at night, like okay, so it was 9 a.m. my time,
yeah.
you had to buy another pack
You
of
had to
something
have something in
else.
your basket already
Yeah,
to be able to even get
yeah.
access to the product.
It was like a
Um,
bonus purchase offer.
Yeah, I mean, secretly, Unbound Year One was like third tour of duty for most people on
Yeah,
the weekly front,
yeah.
and it was literally like you got these grizzled veterans going,
Oh
chomping
yeah.
on a cigar, like one of those World War II
Oh
movies with
yeah.
George
We were all
Peppard.
looking like
Yeah.
original Nick Fury. Like this
Um,
is no problem.
so yeah, but I at some point because Marvel Weekly is quite a nice small set, I might just by the fact that I lived it and I experienced it, which is why I've kept Marvel Annual 2018-19 because I lived it and I enjoyed the process.
I
And I
think that
spent
might be
way too much money.
why I feel so fond about
Yeah,
that set.
yeah. Because the experience for me is one about like making friends and enjoying trading.
Yeah.
So it's less about actually what the cards look like, although they're gorgeous, but it's more about the feels that you get when you associate the set.
Yeah. I think that was the definitely weekly was the most trading I've done. Trading is
Yeah,
stressful for me.
yeah. It's for me. It was Marvel Annual 18-19. Especially Pack Wars. I was just loving it.
Oh God, I love Pack Wars. So we
But
should
that
get Pack
year,
Wars
that year was the
soon.
sweet spot for Marvel Annual Pack Wars.
Yeah, it really was because it lasted a long time. People didn't like wipe out the packs so early.
Hmm.
But we should be getting Pack Wars soon. We're gonna get Pack Wars for annual, and I think we're gonna get it for beginnings.
Beginnings, yeah. Well, the products have got to actually go live on there first,
Yeah,
unless
there's
they
that.
choose to go in with Pack Wars. But yeah, no, annuals. Why is annual not up there yet?
I don't know, but I've been playing Hockey Pack Wars in the meantime, which I'm a little bit jealous of. So on the hockey side,
Yeah,
so their Pack Wars are serial numbered. They're reward cards, and I kind of wish ours were too.
they were for annual 2018-19.
Yes, but
So
they
I've got
weren't.
them. Yeah.
They've done like that, like oh, you get the silver for
Well, they have
card
these top
number
five, and
whatever
then
through
six to
whatever.
10. They started doing
Yeah,
all that. Yeah.
but these hockey ones I'm getting like number 12 of 25. Like I like that.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
I want that
Okay.
on the Marvel side.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, those Pack Wars 2018-19 ones, because there were 13 of them, and I don't think all of the 13th, which was Spidey, actually came out because they sold out
They
like
ran
2 days
out.
into. So
Yeah,
the leaderboard didn't even get because the thing is with Marvel Annual 18-19, the Pack Wars was if you went anywhere on the leaderboard in the top 100 places, you got a numbered card. if you were also in the top 5 or 10, depending on the week, you also
Mhm.
got a sketch, but everyone got that numbered card. And
Yeah.
so it was actually quite an accessible, and I think that was really good. It was quite an accessible way to get something without having to be like buy your way into it. Um, then they changed it up and made it like if you spend X amount and win X amount, because I mean, if you, to win, you've got to buy them.
Yeah.
So it becomes how much you can spend, and some people are spending six, seven, $800 a week
Yeah.
just to get enough wins to get into the top five, to get one of the numbered cards that was just for the top five, which is fine. And I get why you did that upper deck, but for me, that ruined it because it made it less accessible. I mean, you can still reward the top five or top 10, but just give them something. So that those numbered to 100, Marvel Annual 18 and 19, are really nice cards. But they're off everyone's radars.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are in. I would say you go on EPAC, you can see quite a few of them in ghost or locked accounts.
Yeah.
So how many of them are actually out there? And then you've got the return trips to the well that they did on Marvel Annual 16 and 17, where they went back to Pack Wars again and did other types of achievements. And there's so
Yeah.
few of those.
I think for 2017 it was the emerald
Yeah,
cards.
that's right.
Yeah. I think
That's right.
there were four or five. And then if you got them all, you got I want to say Jean Grey.
Sounds about right. And then they did all the Future Watch stuff.
Yeah.
Future
I
Watch
wasn't I
rookie
wasn't as
heroes.
crazy about the Future Watch.
No, but they are nice.
I feel
Um,
like 2018, I feel like in Pack Wars, I was hitting plates fairly regularly
yeah,
also.
plates were. I mean, it was like rain from heaven. You got a really good
Mhm.
chance of getting a plate. I think they actually might have seeded some sketches in there with the Pack Wars wins as well. I don't think I'm
I
misremembering
can't
that, but
remember. I think that's why I have so many.
but you had good stuff. But anyway, yeah, that 13th Pack Wars card of Spidey is a really like I
Why
feel
can't I
I
think of
feel
that
like I'm
one?
putting content out that's pumping it, but it deserves
I
eyes
know.
on. It deserves eyes on. Not that I'm whatever
No,
go
for
sniffing
real.
them, but
That's
they're,
why when
they're
Upper Deck,
undiscovered gems.
yeah, that's why when they said, can
Yeah,
you get put together something for EPAC exclusive? I was like,
yeah.
heck yeah, like no problem.
So you went in with your Marvel Annual, and Eugene went in with his like masterpieces 2016 Tier 4 Achievement Spidey stuff,
Yeah.
which is just like chef's kisses.
He
Um,
has he has cards that I feel like are my old friends that I see once a year.
okay, good. Sounds like
So
fractional ownership.
so I
Um,
get to at least hold the red spectrum, some things, I
right.
get to like I'll be like, can I take a picture of it, please? Yeah.
Can I have a selfie with your red spectrum?
Yeah.
Do you let people take selfies with them?
No, no, I don't think
No,
so.
I imagine. I think that'd probably be crossing the line. It wouldn't be
Yeah,
unless the
but
lighting's right.
he had all the Spider Boys
Oh,
there.
bangers and base cards, bangers and
Yeah.
base cards. So, what other outside of EPAC achievements? What other stuff? Because you had other stuff there as well outside of EPAC achievements. So you had the Marvel Weekly, some of the
I
Marvel
did.
Weekly exclusive like
Darn
base
it. I was
stuff.
so busy looking at his stuff. Let me see. I have to cheat and look here. Oh, he brought I'm not going to talk about what he brought. I will leave that for him. Okay, so I had the patterned.
Hmm.
I brought Okay, so I brought like, do you remember? I think it's 20, are they 2016 or 2070, the happy birthday achievements?
Oh, that's 20. They did it on 16, 17, and 18, but the 18 ones, they're thick as
So
well,
they are
surprisingly.
thick. They
Hmm,
are thick. And
didn't
when
expect
you're
that.
looking at them online, they look a little goofy, but
Yeah.
they look better in
I
person.
still think they look a bit goofy.
Yeah,
Um,
they're
I mean, there's one that I never got because it was the one that you'd got for getting all the SP color wheels. So I think I'm missing that one.
just
They're
go
out
get it.
there.
Just go get it
Yeah,
in
they're out
concert.
there. But that's the thing. I'm not sure. I love Marvel Annual 18 and 19, but what I love about it is the base card design
Yeah.
and the foiling on it, and the foiling on the parallels is just gorgeous.
All
And
right. So
I'm not sure.
that's
I'm not sure that. Put it this way: if I was going to trim down my Marvel Annual 18 and 19 binder, the Happy Birthday ones might be among the first to go.
that's fair. That is very fair. So I
I've already
also,
I've already bailed on the patches. They're all up there waiting for me to list them on group.
yeah, I it's hard to get excited.
I went hard on them, and they are nice. But the thing is, they're all up there. So if anyone wants to trade for Marvel annual patches, I mean, I'm not going to be splitting them up because obviously everyone wants the Spider Gwen, and I'll be left with like a
Oh yeah,
dupe or something. But the thing is, because they're quite thick, me shipping them from the UK is actually going to be, you know.
they are thick. I tore that one open so I could see.
Oh, you did. I remember you doing that. I remember being
Yeah.
outraged at the time.
Well, it was Electra. Like, who cares? It
Jalen
felt
Warner will be
it felt
charging
on
in.
it felt on brand for me to tear up an Electra card
Okay, fair enough.
as a bullseye
As
collector.
a bullseye, I'm
Um,
glad you said that because people might not be thinking, what's she on about? She's got some issue with chicks with knives or something.
right. I do not have an issue with chicks with knives.
Okay.
So I also took Flirt Ultra Spider-Man Rainbow Parallels
Mm,
and X-Men Rainbow Parallels.
mm.
And I took the Captain America medal, the nameplates that spell out Captain
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
I took one of your purple PMG achievements.
Yeah.
I took Thor. Looks like I filled it up with a lot of pattern. 2017, the gold foil from 2017.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I'm never gonna finish that set.
How many did you need for that one? Is that the 100 one?
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, well, that's so the gold foil were the E-pack,
yes.
but I still need some big characters. It's gonna be
Mm,
painful. I
it's
did take
tricky.
some plates. I took some fractal plates from 2019, 2020.
Yeah, that was the first year they had those. They were good, those plates from that year.
Yeah, the plates look nice. I like the
Mhm.
plates better than I like the cards. Sorry. Sorry, Upper Deck. Hugs and kisses, Upper Deck. And I took the Frozen in Time cards.
Oh, yes. Yes. From Weekly. And they
Yeah.
also did them in Cap, didn't they?
Yes. And I took some of the Marvel Ages had negative achievements.
Yes. Yes, because those negative achievements were on weekly as well. They started on weekly,
Yes. Yeah.
because that was the
I
big
still need a
prize
couple
for
of
every four
those.
weeks. Um,
Oh, and I
yeah,
took
no,
some of those.
I had all of that. I think I had almost a complete master from Marvel Weekly 2019, which is the first year they did it.
I love that set so much.
And
And I
then
took 2018 some of the reds, which
yes,
another set I'll never finish, but I took
I had four reds and I rainbowed around them. And
yeah,
I've parted
I
with the
think I have
Scarlet Witch.
four.
I've parted with the Captain Marvel. I still have Thor, and I still have Wonder Man. So I went for the images that I thought would work best within the
Oh,
card.
okay.
Um, so I chose the ones I was going to go for based on how well the images used because they're pulled from comics worked on the card. So that's why I went for those four characters. It's kind of a random selection for me. And even just getting those four reds was a chore, and I was doing it loads.
I know, me too. I got Spider-Man,
Oh,
Scarlet Witch, and
nice.
She-Hulk.
I don't remember what She-Hulk looks like. I'll have to look
She's
that up.
it's not her best card, it's not her worst card. She's
Mm,
really hit or miss.
Let me go and get those reds while we're talking
The,
about them because I
the
do have
Scarlet
them
Witch
in
is
here.
cute though.
Where are the reds? Where are the reds? Are they in this pile? Are they in that pile? I don't know. Maybe they're in this pile. What pile are they in? I've got too many piles, Amanda.
I'm telling you, I can it's relatable.
Where's my
I'm looking
piles?
around at mine.
Are they in here? Are they in here? No, they're not. Where are they? I've lost my Marvel annuals. No, I haven't. Here they are. My Marvel annual reds. There we go. This is fascinating listening to people. I might trim this bit. Here we go. So yeah, and I did end up traded this Scarlet Witch lot to Izzy.
Oh, nice.
So there's the color wheel. You see the
I love
foiling on the
those. I
gold.
love that. I love that set so
It's
much.
just it's just so nice. This camera is so shit. Take it out. You can just see the foiling on the board.
Yeah.
It's just lovely. So you see what I mean by the Thor one, actually, because it breaks into the border.
Yeah.
It just really works. See, my camera's not even focusing on it. We need to up our camera game, Amanda.
Yeah, we really do.
Um, YouTube content. No wonder there's always one fucker who dislikes my videos. Probably doesn't like them. Then you got the blue. Then you got the blues.
Yeah,
And you got purple. It's very
so pretty.
subtle the difference between those, but it's the Upper Deck logo is where you really see it.
Yeah.
And then the red. Now these reds, folks who don't know, you had to get 5 digital golds, and you could only get the digital. And I wish they'd made physical of the golds.
I know, I
Wouldn't that be
know.
nice with the foiling they did that year? You had to get 5 digital golds, and you could only win those in pack wars, and they were less common wins. So you had as much chance of winning a plate as you did a gold, pretty much. But when you redeem those 5, you got one of these
Oh, the red
reds.
are really pretty.
Look at how nice that is. I
That's
mean, you know how
nice.
nice they are. You've got them in hand, but they are just.
Oh, okay. Here's a happy birthday. That's so pretty.
It's nice, isn't it? And I've got the same for Wonder Man. Um, but what I actually need is a spare physical because the base you could only get from physical.
I know, isn't that funny? It's
Yeah,
funny too when they're like expensive on ComC
yeah.
because
But
people had to
that's
actually
what I mean.
send them
So
in.
basically, I've got these 4, but I think these and this and the Wonder Man Thor here. So there's Wonder Man.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
were on my trade. I've just got them out my trade box, but I think having sold one rainbow and traded the other, I think I might keep these
Yeah,
at this
just keep
point.
them.
I just keep these just as just because they're gorgeous and I mean they're lovely. Um, and yeah, but I need a base to go with them. I think
Okay,
that's
I'll
the
see if
only.
I might have
Mm.
extras because I bought boxes of
I
that.
mean,
But
I have a
here,
base set. I have a base set and loads of dupes. Oh, hello,
let's see.
sailor. Pull that back a bit.
Trying to
Which
find that.
which year is that?
So this is
Because the 2018-19 ones ain't shiny, that's for sure.
so it's I feel like this is 2017.
Oh, I see. That's really annoying. If I'd have a different feeling about the Happy Birthday achievements if I had one that looked that good.
So it's just that they're less pop. I mean, obviously this
Your
one's
camera
Spider-Man.
game is stepping up, but oh wow,
It's
that was
it's
really
getting
good.
there.
That was really good. Um,
Um, but I think the rest of the characters are less popular. Oh, I took these too. Again, this is Spider-Man. So this is from the Captain America set also. This was the Rainbow Parallel.
oh, that's the muscly Spidey. Right. Okay.
Yeah. So that
Wow.
one's really pretty.
I'd say what you like. You can absolutely make a card desirable by just putting that rainbow falling on upper deck.
Oh, 100%. I
Oh,
keep
it's
telling
gorgeous.
every time. Okay, this is probably one of my favorite Captain Marvel cards. I feel like she gets really terrible cards. But this is the Frozen in Time from Weekly.
Oh, it's acetate.
Yeah, and I
Oh, it's
think they're
nice.
doing
It's
these
full print
um
acetate. It's border to border. It's nice.
there's a version of these in What If, but it's like they cut it like this.
Okay.
It's not a full card.
Yeah.
So there was this one, Spider-Man,
Oh, I do need to pick those up again.
and I think the year you were chasing, I think it's Iron Man and oh yeah,
Simon and Cap.
and Cap.
Yeah. So I had those on my screen. I never had them in hand.
Captain America was a huge set, so I took a lot of stuff from that.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the
Oh,
Trapped in Ice.
okay.
This is
Oh, they're
like a
nice.
72 card set, just this.
Yeah.
Pain in
Wow.
the butt. I'm still working on that one. But it was fun to take this stuff and show it to people
Mm,
who have never even been on e-Pack. And it's always fun to try to explain combining cards. Upper Deck
yeah.
calls it stacking cards.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't make sense because on their platform it's called combining or achievement, combining or
Yeah.
redeeming. So
When
don't
they
use
talk
different
about
names.
it, they call it stacking.
They call it stacking. Stacking.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I take the term stacking to mean.
And then, ugh, my nameplates are all stuck together.
Your
I don't
name,
know why.
your nameplates?
Yeah, the Captain America
Oh, is that the
nameplate,
one that makes the shield
they like
image?
so there's one that makes the shield, which I
Right.
didn't take,
I've
which
not
I
seen these. I thought that's what you're referring to, the shield.
no, these all
Oh,
these spell out. So it starts with like a 1940s Captain America, and then
okay.
it works its way through the Cap artists.
Oh, hello.
So it gets like more modern as the name goes on.
How thick are those?
They're
Wow.
vibranium, so they're a little bit thicker.
They are. They're the thickest
And
metal cards I've ever seen. Are they heavy?
mine magnetized for some reason,
Oh, that's so you can stick them to your fridge.
right? So, but the for the shield one you're talking about,
Yeah.
I really want to get
It's a mosaic picture, isn't it, that makes up the shield?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to get Corey to make one of those displays for it,
Oh, that
so
is
the
good.
art gets more modern.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So those are really cool.
See,
But yeah.
I've only got one of those, and I've got the Doctor Strange, the Letterman patches
Oh, okay.
that make the word Doctor Strange because you could get those, and that was an EPAC exclusive. Because they actually did a premium version for hobby of the first Doctor Strange thing, where it was like one of the first products they'd done, where it was only a few cards in the pack,
Oh, okay.
box. Um, and then you had the EPAC version, and so the ones at physical, they're all numbered. So that base set, they're all numbered, and there's different
Oh,
parallels of
really?
them. Yeah, so that's a really obscure hobby one, and the ones on EPAC were not numbered, but you just had all the different like color parallels. It was one of the
Yeah,
first sets on
that set
EPAC
had
with
a lot
loads
of
of color
parallels, it
parallels.
felt like.
But then you had those patches, and they were EPAC exclusive. So they spelt out Doctor Strange. So 12, I think 12 DOCTOR. Yeah, 12 of them, and they either had a little picture in the corner of Benedict Cumberbatch, or a little picture in the corner of Tilda Swinton, or a little bit
Okay.
picture in the corner of Mads Mikkelsen. And it was really annoying because if you were going for a set and then you accidentally traded for one that had a different picture of the actor, I need to go. So I've got the Benedict Cumberbatch ones, and it spells out Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Um, I think it's the only thing from that set I got shipped home. So I was like, you know what? Just because I'd quite like. I mean, who didn't have fun with Doctor Strange when they were on EPAC back in the day?
It
Because you
was
could get
fun.
it as a free card thing.
Yeah, and I feel like there was a lull where that was really like the only thing to mess with for a while. I can't
Mhm.
remember.
Yes.
I just remember like for a while that was like, what do we do? I guess we just mess with Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Loads of people did Doctor Strange just purely for no other reason that there's nothing else to buy. And you could buy
Yeah.
it, I mean, for the longest time, you could just buy it. I think was it 2.99 or 3.99? And most of it was
Um,
digital. But
yeah, Cap when I first started on EPAC, Captain America was a free pack.
yes, that's right. But then the actual packs to buy were super cheap,
Yeah. Yeah.
ridiculously cheap. I mean,
Stuff used to
for a
sit on
reason.
EPAC forever.
Yeah.
Like
People don't
selling
know
out
this. Yeah.
was like, what?
But
Yeah.
we're now kind of getting back into that realm. I don't
It's
know
getting
how long
there.
some of the stuff is going to be there for, but some of
Although
the
to be fair, I think the stuff lingering has been MCU.
yeah, well, Flea Ultra Avengers is still on there.
Oh, that is true.
That's been on there a few months now. Um, I think it's quite a high price point. If I'm going to go on and just like pull the lever to make the wheels spin,
Yeah.
just for shits and gigs, and also just to open a pack, I'll go for a pack of Eternals over Blue Ultra Avengers
Okay.
again. So, but that's because I
They
really
really
dig
did.
the Eternals
They
set.
up they upped their game with Eternals. I don't know if you've seen any of those in person.
Yeah, I opened a box and I'm doing some mini rainbows
Yeah,
of
they really.
certain
Oh, that's
images.
right. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
they really like the difference from WandaVision to
yeah.
Eternals is big.
Oh,
Is big.
it's huge, and this is the frustrating thing. I saw someone. I mean, I don't want to preempt experiencing the product in hand because I don't have it yet. I've got a box on the way of Loki, and it's weird. I saw someone
I'm
doing a box
excited
opening
about
of
Loki.
Loki. Yeah, I saw someone doing a box opening. I think it's gone a step backwards.
It
As in, I think it was probably designed in the mold of Captain America and
yeah.
WandaVision. And so it must have been in the pipeline, but then the others came out first because it feels like a step back from Eternals and Shang-Chi
Yeah, I would
in
agree.
terms of the product. I mean, there's no reason whatsoever for a fake film cell because it was never projected in a theater. So that bugs me. That bugs
Yeah.
me. If it could have been projected in a movie theater, I kind of get it, even though it wasn't. So, and for Eternals, it makes more sense because it's actually a movie. Okay. But for Eternals, they're really thin.
They
There's no
are.
reason for them to be a thick insert
They're
whatsoever.
the
Yeah.
newer like the thin. It's like an acetate card,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm apart from I'm actually falling out of love with film sales massively at the moment.
Yeah.
All my Daredevil ones are down there ready to be assembled and put out there. I've
I
got
have
some
a feeling
signed
that
ones, but
probably the money for Loki went to the autographs because that autograph list is
absolutely.
insane.
Yeah, and it's a proper autograph list, and the one for
Yeah.
Hawkeye will be as well. So
I'm sorry, the one for what?
Hawkeye, I loved Hawkeye, but I love Renner. I love Renner.
Oh,
I get a
that's
bit
not
dreamy.
real. That's not something anyone
I
says.
get a bit dreamy with Jeremy Renner. I was
Oh,
distraught when he went under the snowplow.
God. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So what can I say? He's not as murderous as some people.
He's just not the better Hawkeye. It's
Then
okay.
again, we could do the bit more murder in the world right now. That was dark. That was dark.
That's
It's
not
been a
dark.
it's been a
That's
week.
not dark.
Been a week
That's not.
now. It's not dark. And you do loads of whatnot, don't you? Now I had a good chat with Andrew Guyan of Southern Hype Collects, and he finally explained to me what how whatnot works in because I basically said, look, pretend I've never heard of whatnot. What do you do and how does it work? And he gave me a 10-minute spiel on how it does. And I'm like, I feel like I've kind of finally grasped the concept. I'm like one of these 85-year-olds in a nursing home who's like trying to get the concept of emails.
My whatnot's a little bit different.
Now, your whatnot. So what do you do on your whatnot?
So
It's a
I
funny sentence.
start my whatnots with the intention of like I've got this stack of I've got these 3,200 boxes of singles that I'm gonna get through, right?
Right.
And then I end up coming across at like, oh look, this was a Pack Wars card. This is a Pack Wars win. See, it's got Pack
Mm.
Wars in the
Yeah, yeah,
background.
yeah. Yeah.
Let me spend 15 minutes explaining Pack Wars to you. Then we get through that card, and then we come across, a color wheel. Well, let me explain to you how we got color
Mm.
wheels, and then let's talk about the whole set. And it ends up being like I talk way more than I sell on mine.
Mm.
So
There's no harm in that.
I've started, oh, my camera did it again.
It did it again. Yeah, I was waiting for it to kind of reset back, but it doesn't seem to, does
So
it?
I guess I have to like pull the card back.
It's those pack walls. I mean, apart from the fact that it's printed in the background, they're pretty flat.
The wrecker wrecked it.
Oh, is that the Wrecker? I thought it was Daredevil. I'm as
Okay,
I'm as
so
blind as he is, clearly.
I'm gonna tell Eugene that he needs to do a character quiz with you.
Oh, I'd be terrible. I'd be terrible at them. I'm opening the new
So this
Marvel
one's,
Beginnings, and I'm like, I think that's what it's all about. Marvel 1819
I
color
know,
wheels. Look at the foiling.
I know, it's so pretty. I'm trying to, so it seems to like it's the foiling that, oh, did I catch it? I give
Did you?
up.
No, that's okay. That's fine.
Um, so Whatnot also now has a multicast feature, so I can send my stream over to Twitch at the same time.
Oh,
So
okay.
so Twitch has these like just chatting channels. Like you
Right.
go on and you just talk. Like I can just sit there and I can review cards for grading and I can
Right.
talk about them at the same time. So I think I'm gonna kind of get away from Whatnot and maybe go more that route
Okay.
because I'm not like in a hot hurry to fire sale all this stuff. And Whatnot seems to be fire saley.
Really? Okay. Well, they've got. I mean, I want to be able to experience the stuff and whatnot. I kind of want to be able to try before I buy. And because I work in data compliance and governance, I'm not a fan of the fact that they want me to sign up. So they want to know about me and get my data to be able to
Yeah.
even view stuff on the app. So, and because I'm a stubborn fucker, I'm not. I'm just not doing it.
I'm gonna
You
keep
know,
waving cards at this until I get it.
you just keep waving cards at the camera. It's kind of what you do for a hobby living these days, isn't it?
Yeah,
You
pretty
just
much.
wave cards at the camera. Um, and so yeah, so whatnot. I'll probably I'm going to start doing more. Hopefully, start doing more just
There
on
we go.
Instagram. I know all the cool kids have kind of like Instagram site yesterday's news, and they're all streamyarding to multiple places now. Um, but I've just been quite enjoying the Instagram experience when I've been doing the breaks, and I'm getting more comfortable with it and the
Yeah.
interaction as well. So I do quite enjoy that. I quite enjoy that a lot, and I can do it on my phone, so the camera's a much better thing as
I
well.
I like that too. I think also like the fees. I'm like, wait a minute, why am I'm like I'm propping up somebody else's app and paying them fees on something I could just do on Instagram. I could just
And
do it.
whatnot. Oh, okay, so yeah, right, okay, yeah, they take it.
Yeah.
Occurred to me, right? That's interesting. Yeah, Instagram. So yeah, I was saying to someone else, it was this bizarre moment when whatnot suddenly became a thing. And I mean, you, Billy, a few other people suddenly disappeared. I couldn't watch your stuff for the longest time. Well, I still can't whatnot, partly because it wasn't open to me in the UK for a bit. It's only launched
Okay.
in Europe and the UK in the last year or so. So there is an app. I couldn't get it on the App Store at all because it wasn't
Okay.
released in Europe. So I'd have had to have done it via a browser if that's even possible. Um, but now I can. I won't for aforementioned reasons. But it's everyone disappeared, and I was kind of like, "Where's everyone gone?" So I'm so glad you're back. Doing some stuff with Keith on like Instagram, and that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Keith
enjoy
is
watching those.
really, he wants to start doing more. So we probably will be.
Oh, Keith's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
should do
Keith
more, the
is,
three of us.
yeah,
We can make the
absolutely.
time zones
Keith
work.
is like this huge, he is like this amazing like encyclopedia
Yeah.
of so much knowledge, both like cards and for the comics.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And he is like,
If there was
he is a,
someone in the hobby who knows, who's like the card expert, I
yeah.
would nominate Keith. If I was gonna, if you were gonna choose a gladiator to enter the arena,
Oh, 100%. He is like a
it would be
master
Keith.
set collector.
Yeah.
Like no messing
And what
around.
Keith doesn't know about cards isn't worth knowing.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Absolutely.
got, and I'm in awe because he has very
But he remembers it like this,
specific. He does,
and he
and
gets
he's
it
got like
right.
he has very clear boundaries.
Yes.
Like I tell myself, okay, I'm only gonna PC Bullseye. All right, well, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish this set. And then, all right, well, Bullseye's not in this set.
Right.
So Taskmaster is for hire. All right. So now I kind of PC Taskmaster and Crossbones. So, but he's like,
But
he's
you
gonna
do it
finish.
out of the boundaries of the set that you've chosen to just focus on them. Do you mean? So you go after them in that set, and then it
Yeah.
spreads. You get hobby creep.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good with saying, like, for example, this is why I've chosen for these MCU TV sets to just go after a certain image
Okay.
within that set. So One Division, I mean, the one everyone went for was the one of her in the Scarlet Witch outfit, which I think I've now got the full rainbow of, apart from
Oh,
the
okay.
yellow blaster parallel. So that's coming in, and that image was also used on a film cell. So I've got that coming in as well. And there's two more images from that set I've gone after. So Falcon and Winter Soldier, I think there's two images.
So see,
Um,
when I explain this to Keith, he says, "Yeah, and then you can just like collecting the set, you've got that. If you master collect the set, you've got."
yeah, I don't want to have all those. I mean, if
I
Falcon and Winter
know.
Soldier, I don't need images of Carly
Yeah.
Morgenthau or whatever she's called, because it's a shit character,
Yeah, but I
a
mean,
shit
outside of like the
storyline. I don't like
MCU
the actress,
sets.
but no. But do you see what I mean? Yeah. So I'm pretty. I've and this is mature collecting. This is responsibly. This is collecting responsibly
Yeah.
because for years I was like, you know, oh, I forgot that element. Oh no, I've got to get a set. Got to get a set. Like, nah.
That's been a weird shift for me though. That has been a weird because I almost always end up with like a set. Like I won't rainbow everything. I don't need every single
Mm,
parallel, but I
mm,
do at least usually end up with a set. And like with the masterpieces, I haven't. Um, I definitely don't think I will with this new masterpiece set.
mm.
Um, So that's been kind of like a that feels kind of weird.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just got to a point where I didn't have room. And it also there's the cost of it, but also I realized that actually, it's just as satisfying just having the little individual elements. Um,
Although some of them, like I don't know if you can see this back here, I was
Blue Ultra
able,
Avengers, yeah.
courtesy of Keith, I was able to get my hands on an uncut sheet, and so now I don't feel like I need the set.
Well, no, you've got a really
You're
nice
like,
poster.
got it.
Is it thick like the cards, or is it
No.
thinner? Right.
Mm-mm.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So I need to get that framed. I have it propped up in front of my 92 Marvel Masterpiece sheet. And then like the poster, like there's all this
I
like
need to
extra
get those.
stuff.
But they're still, and the thing is, I've had my uncut. This is going to make people go when they hear this. My Masterpieces 92 uncut sheet has been rolled up for way too many years. I need to get it framed
It'll
properly.
it'll unroll. You
I'm
need
sure,
to.
but it's behind me. It's behind. You can't see it, but there's kind of a void where those two cases meet, and I've got my
Oh,
long
huh.
poster tubes down the corner there, because it's out of the way and they don't constantly fall
Yeah,
over.
that's a safe space.
But I've got my masterpieces poster there as well because I was amazed how big that is.
They're
They
huge.
are.
They're
I
huge.
was like when it arrived because Omega hooked us up with that because he got a chunk, didn't he? So I've got a signed one
Yeah.
and it's there, and I got on the tube and I was like, holy fuck!
Yeah.
It's like, why is this tube so big? And then I realised it's like, wow, okay,
It's not like a bus poster, but it's big.
it's up there. Yeah, it's as easily as big as the uncut sheet,
Yeah.
easily. Um, and it's I won't lie to you, it's a little bit excessive. But it was for promoting the set in comic shops in the 90s, so
Yeah, it's gorgeous though.
it is really nice. I mean, if I could have one image on the wall, it'd be that image. That's a banger from Just Go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a good one. It's a good one.
But I keep getting this stuff framed and then that's like it's just leaning. Like this one's leaning against
Now
the
at least it's
wall.
framed. At
It's
least it's
leaning right here. I've got
yeah.
the series one X-Men uncut sheet. I have that framed. That's like tucked in between the wall
Oh wow.
and some
Okay.
drawers. What else? I have the inserts from 92, the promos and the specters. Those are leaning
Oh,
against
the
the
uncut. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah, those are over there.
yeah. Well, I've got the one that Just Go did the
Oh,
sketch on.
nice. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I got one of those black cat, but it's in my large portfolio actually. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna show you that because it is gorgeous. There might be people who haven't seen it. There's my large portfolio that I bought when I was in America last year because you can't get this size in the UK. It's 18 by 24.
Really?
Yeah, you just can't get it in the UK. It's an American sizing. Um, so, and my goodness, it's like you're settled in, right? Let me read you a story. Once upon a time, it's like one of those massive books that those children's programs do. So I use it. I've got my upper deck prints in there. This is the page, and it's actually about a centimeter too large for the page.
Oh, wow.
The top. Yeah. Oh my goodness! You
Oh,
see?
that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
I have no idea what it looks like because I'm behind it. So I'm hoping it's in front.
It looks good.
Yeah, I mean it's nice. So at some point, oh my goodness, this is heavy. I need to get that frame. And then I've got the prelim, the black
Yeah,
cat.
that's like a subtle flex over there.
Yeah, it's black. Yeah, you got to do it anyway. Plenty of other people doing it. So, and then of course the Bianchi duo,
Oh, that's
Vision and
beautiful.
Scarlet Witch prints. And then the Vision is 13 of 250, and the Scarlet Witch is 45 of 100.
Yeah,
They're
that's
hand numbered just at the
beautiful.
bottom. They are stunning. So yeah, they're lovely. So, but they're so big. Even if I had the wall space, I couldn't.
Yeah, wall spaces. Oh, I have one of those.
And then the Bianchi ones,
Those are amazing.
they're so nice. And both of those are numbered 96. There's 96 of
I
100 for
can't
the
believe
Wattier,
those are, I was shocked that those are
96
still
for
available.
250. Yeah, I haven't got the ones from 2020 as yet. I would like those. And then
Oh,
there's
yeah,
the
I got one
there's
of
the
those.
Freddy and so it's quite a
Hard thought.
cool. Yeah, I mean they're bigger than I thought they were going to be. It's quite nice having this size portfolio because I can put some bigger pieces in. There's the Black Cat from
Oh, that's
Hildebrand.
awesome. Hildebrandt.
Yeah, that's an original piece
That's
that
amazing.
I got from them earlier this year. So yeah, So there we go. So I've only filled in that many pages so far. Um, but I simply don't have the wall space, all that sort of stuff up. Um, Certainly not in here because it's only a small room. So none of those would actually fit on the wall, as we were talking about.
Yeah, wall space is at a
Yeah.
premium.
Wall space is at a premium. We need to move to bigger properties. We need to earn more money.
Yeah,
We need to monetize ourselves. Come on, let's get some
somebody would
content going.
say just sell some cards and
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Uh, I could quite honestly chat to you all morning, but it's now midnight where you are.
oh, it is.
It is now, yeah, well, 27 minutes
I
past.
turned into a pumpkin
Yeah.
well 30 minutes ago.
That was when the camera was doing its
Yes.
trouble thing. And I need to go and have breakfast because I haven't actually had breakfast. I'm actually in my bedclothes.
No one would know
Watching.
unless you
No one would know unless I told
without
them.
you saying
I
anything.
might
Nobody
edit
would
that out.
know.
Might edit that out. Quite frankly, who needs that? Who needs that? Authentic content, people. That's what it's all about.
That's right.
Um, so I'm not going to crack this today, but I know that when I do crack this out of its slab, you'll have one of those moments. You'll be like in
Okay.
the grocery
Ooh,
store, you'll be driving along, and someone will say to you, "What's wrong?" And it's like, I felt a disturbance in the forest, like a thousand souls cried out
yep,
and then was silenced.
yep.
Whatever the quote is, it'll be like that. Because we haven't talked about much about your grading stuff. We've just talked about the cards that you like. But come on again, do this again. Do this more,
Anytime.
please. Um,
Absolutely anytime.
so that right, tell people it'll be on the show notes, but tell people where they can find you. Tell people where to go to buy some good stuff.
I am currently revamping the website.
Okay.
So eventually at thegradedgamer.com, I will have more stuff, hopefully coming back soon. I took everything down. That's one of the irritating parts. I shouldn't say irritating. Um, Setting up at shows. I have to make sure I'm not selling something at the show that I've got on the
Oh, yes,
website.
you've got to
So
take
I
the
just
inventory
pull,
off. Okay.
yeah, so I just pull everything down. So Graded Gamer should be up again soon with some stuff. I am on Instagram as Graded Gamer. I also have Graded Gamer Hockey for
Yeah, you've spoken about
I've
it.
learned in my Whatnot streams that we have a surprising amount of crossover
Oh,
in hockey and
interesting.
Marvel.
Okay. Well,
So
that's probably Upper Deck as well, helping that because they're both
yes,
on the same
yeah,
platform with
that
EPAC. Yeah.
makes us Upper Deck's dream clients,
Yeah.
consumers, customers. So pretty much if you go find me on Instagram at the Graded Gamer, you'll be able to find me in all my other places.
Good. Good. All right. That's exciting. That is. Um, let's do this again soon. I did have something
Anytime.
else I was going to tell you, but apart from that, Amanda, it
Um,
looks to me very much like you've been.
oh God, that's so
Come on.
nerdy.
Come on.
Enjoying collecting.
There we go. So nerdy. Hang on a minute. That's pot kettle black. What? I mean, guilty
It,
as
it
charged.
takes one to
But
know one, that
yeah, it
kind of
takes one
thing.
to know one. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.